You've probably heard that booking excursions through the cruise line is a ripoff, right? Well, not always. On our 10-day Virgin Voyages Caribbean cruise, we saved hundreds of dollars by DIYing some of our shore excursions. But we also paid for one through the cruise line, and that one was totally worth it. So let's break down exactly when to DIY and when to book through the cruise line so you don't waste your money or worse, miss the ship. Hello, travelers, and welcome back to AGP Travel Planning. I'm Travel Advisor Annie, here to share with you travel tips from my own travel experiences. And if you're looking for a travel advisor to take the planning and stress off your plate for your next vacation, be sure to connect with me at my email, agptravelplanning@gmail.com, or just drop me a note in the comments below. Many cruisers assume booking through the ship is a scam, but that's not always the case. DIY excursions can be amazing. They can save you money. They can offer more flexibility. There could be fewer crowds, but there are some big risks involved if you don't plan this correctly. Some of the key factors that determine if you should book through the cruise line include: is it a tender port? If the port requires a tender, like the little boat to take you ashore from the big ship, cruise line excursions probably should get a priority, because then you will be able to be some of the first tendered on and off the ship because you have those shore excursion tickets through the cruise line. If it's a Sunday or a local holiday, many shops, taxis, and attractions may be closed, making independent travel difficult. That's another instance where you should probably book through the cruise line. If it's a long travel distance, if the place you want to visit is over 30 minutes away from the cruise ship dock or port, you're going to want to probably book that excursion with the cruise line, because if you're late, the ship will not wait for you unless you're on their excursion. And finally, safety concerns. Some destinations have aggressive salespeople, scams, and unreliable transportation, and if that is a concern, you should probably just book your shore excursion through the ship. How we DIY'd our shore excursion to save some money. We checked out Virgin Voyages shore excursions for just trips to the beach, and they were $90+ per person and at really popular, busy beaches. So we did our own. We paid $20 to take a taxi to Long Bay Beach. It was $60 total for 2 people, because we also paid for loungers and an umbrella once we got to the beach. And we did end up buying ourselves a small lunch and some drinks. But what we got was a really nice secluded beach, beautiful white sand, blue water, a small, somewhat healthy reef to snorkel, and it was in a nice protected bay, and there was a couple of beach bars where we got our lunch and snack and drinks from. That still saved us $120 compared to if we had booked with the cruise line. So how do you do this? How do you plan a shore excursion like a pro? Step 1, pull up a map, Google Maps or whatever. Find the cruise terminal where your ship's gonna dock and look at nearby destinations within 30-minute drive away from there. Step 2, check your disembarkation and all aboard times. Set a hard return time so that you don't miss the ship. I usually try to be back at least an hour before the ship disembarks. Step 4, always negotiate your taxi fare before getting in. Always agree on the price up front. And then step 5, bring cash, because a lot of these small businesses don't accept credit cards. Cash is still king in the Caribbean. And then step 6, prepare for local selling tours. If you want to take them up on their offer, that's great. But if you don't, just a polite but firm no thank you really does go a long way. So, key lessons and best practice to recap. When to book through the cruise line. When it's a tender port, because then you get that priority access. When the destination you want to visit is far from port, because then you have that reassurance that the ship will not leave you if you are doing that excursion through the cruise line. When it's a Sunday or a holiday in the local community, you're going to want to book through the cruise line because there will be limited transportation and attractions open. And if you're in a very unfamiliar or potentially high-risk area, book through the cruise line just to be extra safe. When can you DIY and save that money? When you're in a safe and developed destination. When you know it's going to be a short distance from the cruise port. Something that's walkable, perfect. Beaches and easy to navigate attractions are key. So, finding these tips helpful? Great. Make sure to give AGP Travel Planning a like and subscribe for more cruising insights. And if you yourself would like to take a Virgin Voyages or Caribbean cruise, let's chat. I offer VIP travel planning services to help you book the perfect cruise, shore excursions, ship, and itinerary for you. Check out my other cruise videos for insider tips and drop a ship in the comments if you are ready to plan your next adventure. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. His name is John, and he picked up a bunch of trash from the nature trail today. Thank you, John. Look at that. He's still going. Yeah, high five. Yeah.